Hello everyone, my name is Wu Yuanxi. I'm a teacher from Zhejiang Chinese Medical University. Today, we'll talk about the properties and actions of Chinese medicinal herbs. Here are today's learning objectives. First, we should understand the therapeutic effects of Chinese herbs. When the pathogenic factors attacks the human body, or the pathogenic factors interior works at the human body. That will lead to the imbalance between yin and yang, pathogens grows and healthy qi reduces, or the disorders of zang and fu organs. We use the Chinese medicine or herbs to treat these problems. So, the properties and actions of Chinese medicinal herbs were referred to their natures and therapeutic effects. They are based on the basic theories of TCN summarized from the medicinal practice and direct the clinical usage of herbs. Generally speaking, the property theories refer to 4 natures, 5 flavors, actions of lifting, lowering, floating, and sinking, meridian tropism, and toxicity. But we'll talk about the beginning 3 parts of it today. 4 natures means cold, cool, hot, and warm. Cold and cool pertain to yin, hot and warm pertain to yang. 4 natures are mainly summarized from the body's response after taking herbs. For example, a patient with high fever who took some herb and the temperature decreased. So we consider the herbs has a cold nature. And there is another neutral nature of herbs, which is relatively mild, hot, or cold. Without a remarkable nature, we should pay attention to that. Now, let's talk about the 5 flavors. They are pungent, sweet, sour, bitter, and salty. 5 flavors of herbs are mainly tasted by the tongue. But with the development of the theory, some flavors are summarized from the clinical actions. So the flavors are gradually different from the tastes got by the tongue. Let's take a look at the first flavor, pungent. It's a flavor disperse and promote circulation of qi and blood. Pungent herbs are gradually used to treating exterior syndromes and stagnation of qi and blood. Pepper is a typical pungent herb, which could promote circulation of qi and blood when people feel cold. Sweet is a pleasant flavor, which has the nourishing, harmonizing, and moistening actions. Sweet herbs treat deficiency syndromes in coordination between spleen and stomach, certain pain syndromes, dry syndromes of intestine and lung, etc. In China, the female with dysmenorrhea usually take a hot, sugary water to relieve the pain. That's the harmonizing function of it. Sour flavor has absorbing, consolidating, and astringent actions. The sour herbs treat incessant perspiration, chronic cough, chronic diarrhea, emission, spermatoria, enuresis, frequent micturition, prolonged metrorrhagia and metrostaxis, and prolonged leukorrhea, etc. Bitter is an unpleasant flavor, which has the actions of drying and resolving dampness, purging and lowering. Bitter herbs are often used to constipation due to fire heat, dysphoria, cough due to adverse rising of lung qi, damp heat syndrome. The last flavor, salty, has the effects of softening hard nodules of masses and promoting defecation, etc. Salty herbs treat scrofula, superficial nodule, abdominal masses, and internal accumulation with dry stool. Salty is a flavor from sea. Most of the salty herbs are from the sea. And there are other two changing flavors, bland and astringent. Bland has a function of removing dampness and removing diuresis. Astringent effects as the sour flavor. There is another character of herbs which is the action of lifting, lowering, floating, and sinking. It's just like the tendency of herbs' movement direction. Lifting is moving upward, while lowering is moving downward. Floating is moving outward and sinking is moving inward. Okay, let's make a conclusion of this lesson. We learned 4 natures. They are cold, hot, warm, and cool. And 5 flavors contains pungent, sweet, sour, bitter, and salty. There are actions lifting, lowering, floating, and sinking, which are moving direction tendency of herbs. The nature, flavor, actions of lifting, lowering, floating, and sinking are medicinal properties of each herb. Just like everyone must have his gender, weight, height, and age, etc. Okay, so much for this lesson. Thank you.